The Corvan Empire had conquered 47 worlds before they reached Earth. Their warriors stood 3 meters tall, their exoskeletons capable of withstanding plasma fire, their energy weapons able to vaporize targets from 2 kilometers away. They had never lost a ground engagement. General Thraknor surveyed the human defensive line through his tactical visor and couldn't suppress the clicking sound his species made when amused. The humans clutched primitive kinetic weapons, metal tubes that propelled solid projectiles through chemical combustion. His intelligence officers had confirmed it. No plasma, no particle beams, no molecular disruptors. Just controlled explosions and flying metal. They still use gunpowder, he announced to his command staff. The war room erupted in clicking laughter. Our scouts report their largest rifles fire projectiles smaller than my smallest claw. Primitive. Quaint. This will be over by nightfall. Lieutenant Marcus Chen watched the alien formation advance across the valley through his scope. 3,000 Corvan shock troops, confident and unhurried. Behind him, his company waited, 150 Marines with their tiny guns. Range, 2,000 meters, his spotter whispered. Chen's finger rested on the trigger of his M107A1 Barrett .50 caliber rifle. 13 kilograms of human engineering. 50 years of refinement. A bullet weighing 42 grams, traveling at 900 meters per second. Fire, came the order. The Corvans didn't understand what hit them. Their exoskeletons, designed to dissipate energy weapons, encountered something their technology had never accounted for, pure kinetic force. The .50 caliber rounds didn't burn through their armor. They punched through it, tumbled, and created hydrostatic shock waves that liquefied internal organs. General Thraknor watched his front line collapse. Not vaporized. Not cleanly eliminated. Shattered. His warriors, survivors of a dozen campaigns, fell screaming as projectiles tore through armor, limbs, and cover with equal indifference. Return fire, he commanded. Plasma bolts lanced across the valley. The humans simply moved. They didn't have energy shields to hide behind. They used terrain, concealment, and something the Corvans hadn't anticipated. They understood ballistics in a way species who'd abandoned kinetic weapons millennia ago had forgotten. A human machine gunner opened fire. The M2 Browning had been designed in 1918. Over a century old. It fired 850 rounds per minute, each one capable of penetrating the Corvan armor that had shrugged off the Zentari Empire's best energy weapons. The Corvans tried to advance. Human snipers, positioned 3 kilometers away, picked off officers. Artillery, massive tubes that hurled explosive shells in arcing trajectories, rained death that no shield generator could predict or stop. Mortars dropped bombs from above, exploiting the Corvans' top armor weakness that energy weapons, with their linear trajectories, never threatened. They're barbarians. Thraknor roared as another plasma tank exploded, its crew killed by a missile that simply flew too fast for point defense systems calibrated for energy threats. A human A-10 Warthog screamed overhead. Its GAU-8 Avenger rotary cannon, a weapon built around a gun rather than a gun built into a plane, fired depleted uranium rounds at 4,000 rounds per minute. Corvan armor might as well have been paper. By dusk, General Thraknor ordered retreat. His casualty report was devastating, 60% losses against an enemy whose weapons his scientists had dismissed as obsolete. In the human command center, Colonel Sarah Martinez cleaned her sidearm, a simple 9mm pistol. An aide approached nervously. "Ma'am, the Corvans are requesting negotiations. They want to know why we still use such primitive weapons." Martinez smiled coldly, chambering around. "Tell them it's because primitive works. We spent 10,000 years perfecting the art of throwing rocks really, really fast. Turns out, the universe forgot how effective that could be." She holstered the weapon. "Also tell them this, they brought energy weapons to a gunfight. Bad idea. The Corvan Empire never invaded another primitive world. Some lessons, they learned, were best taught in gunpowder and lead.